Hold on to your change, treasure hunters. Welcome to the world of Elizabeth II DG Regina Canada, 5 cents, a tiny coin with a massive story. From hidden minting errors to ultra-rare editions, this nickel might be worth way more than you think? Stay tuned as we dive into the secrets, value, and magic behind Canada's legendary 5-cent coin. Hold on to your change, treasure hunters. Welcome to the world of Elizabeth II DG Regina Canada, 5 cents, a tiny coin with a massive story. From hidden minting errors to ultra-rare editions, this nickel might be worth way more than you think? Stay tuned as we dive into the secrets, value, and magic behind Canada's legendary 5-cent coin. Absolutely. Let's explore the 2009 Canadian 5-cent coin in full numismatic depth. Analyzing its design, composition, minting figures, collector value, and the rare air coins that sometimes surface, some of which could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, though not millions. Here's the detailed breakdown in 8 powerful paragraphs. 1. Introduction. Common coin with rare potential, the 2009 Canadian 5-cent coin, popularly known as the nickel, is not a bicentennial issue, but it still holds intrigue for collectors, especially those hunting for rare errors. While most examples are mass-produced circulation coins worth only face value, there are a few extraordinarily rare error versions that can command surprising prices in today's numismatic market. The key lies in minting mistakes, not the base design. -2. Physical specifications and composition. The standard 2009 nickel follows the modern Royal Canadian Mint specifications introduced in 2000. It is made of nickel-plated steel, with a composition of 94.5% steel, 3.5% copper, and 2% nickel plating. It weighs 3.95 grams, has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, and a plain edge. This composition was chosen for durability and cost-effectiveness in modern coinage. -3. Design. Celebrating tradition. The reverse side of the 2009 5-cent coin continues to feature the iconic beaver design created by G.E. Kruger Gray in 1937. It shows a beaver atop a log. It's a symbol of Canadian industriousness and natural wildlife. The obverse side features Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt in 2003, showing the Queen without a crown, symbolizing a more modern and accessible monarchy. -4. Mintage and circulation facts. Over 121.6 million 5-cent coins were minted in 2009, making it a high production year. These coins were struck in Winnipeg and were intended for general circulation. Because of the high mintage, most of these coins are still found in change today and are not considered rare unless found in uncirculated rolls or bearing unusual mint errors. -5. Collector value and regular market price in circulated condition. The 2009 nickel is worth only its face value of 5 cents. However, coins in MS-65 or higher mint state condition, especially those certified by ICCS or PCGS, can fetch between $0, $52 to $. Uncirculated coins sold in mint sets or sealed rolls may reach $3, depending on quality and demand. -6. Rare errors worth hundreds or thousands. Here's where the true treasure lies. Several 2009 Canadian 5-cent error coins have surfaced over the years and sold for impressive prices. Off-center strikes. These coins can be worth $1, $200, $500 or more, depending on how off-center they are. Die caps, where the coin was stuck on the die and deformed in striking, valued up to $1,000. Double strikes and broad strikes sometimes exceed $600, $900. Clipped planchettes and misaligned dies can also fetch between $50 to $150, depending on the severity. Although not a billionaire overnight scenario, these examples prove that rare errors can turn a humble coin into a collector's gem. 7. How to identify a fortune in your change. Collectors looking to strike it rich with a 2009 nickel should inspect coins for any unusual features, misaligned edges, rotated dies, doubling in text or image, or metal deformities. Any oddity might be a mint error. It's important to have these coins graded by professionals ICCS, PCGS, or NGC to determine authenticity and value. Coins with exceptional provenance or certification command much higher auction values, -8. Final thoughts? Myth versus reality. The 2009 Canadian 5-cent coin, while not a bicentennial or commemorative issue, is still a remarkable piece in Canada's coin history. It doesn't contain silver or gold, and its base metal composition keeps its intrinsic value low. However, through error collecting, it transforms into a legitimate investment opportunity, though no known example has sold for $1 million. Some mint errors have brought in four-figure sums, proof that even a simple nickel can become a numismatic fortune if you're lucky. If you'd like, I can help you compare photos of your coin to known errors or guide you through grading and selling. Here is a complete and accurate 8-paragraph breakdown of the 2010 Canadian 5-cent coin, including all known details: design, mintage, composition, and the truth about rare varieties and errors that could fetch serious money. While no known 2010 Canadian nickel is worth millions, some rare mint errors have achieved four-figure auction prices, making them worth watching. Introduction. The 2010 Canadian 5-cent coin. The 2010 Canadian 5-cent coin may seem like an ordinary piece of pocket change, but in the hands of a sharp-eyed collector, it could turn into a miniature treasure. It was not issued as a bicentennial commemorative, but it still holds value for collectors, due to its place in Canada's modern coinage and the possibility of rare mint errors that dramatically increase its worth. No confirmed versions are worth millions yet, but certain conditions and flaws may make it a four-figure coin. 2. Composition and technical specs. The 2010 nickel follows the Royal Canadian Mint's modern coinage specifications. It is made of nickel-plated steel core, steel 94.5% outer layers, copper 3.5%, and nickel plating 2%. Weight: 3.95 grams diameter, 21.2 edge, plain smooth finish. Circulated strike or occasionally uncirculated in collector sets, -3. Design. Features the reverse design features the iconic beaver on a log, symbolizing Canadian industriousness and nature. This classic image, designed by G.E. Kruger Gray, has been used on the 5-cent coin since 1937. On the obverse, we see Queen Elizabeth II in a portrait designed by Susanna Blunt, first introduced in 2003. This version of the Queen is notable for lacking a crown, representing a more modern monarchy. -4. Mintage and circulation in 2010. The Royal Canadian Mint struck over 190 million nickels for circulation. This large mintage means the coin is extremely common in everyday usage, and in circulated condition, it usually holds only face value 5 cents. However, coins struck for mint collector sets, or those found in uncirculated mint rolls, can hold a premium, particularly in mint state 65+ or proof-like conditions. -5. Error coins, where the real value is the real excitement around the 2010 Canadian 5-cent coin lies in minting errors. While most coins are ordinary, a small number are known to exist with off-center strikes, die cracks, and Cuds planchette errors, such as missing nickel layer or clipped planchette double strikes broad struck without collar. These error coins, if found in excellent condition, have sold for $250 to over $1,000 CAD at auction. A verified broad strike error nickel in mint state condition, for example, sold for over $800, -6. High grade and proof coins circulated in MS65 to MS67. Graded examples of the 2010 nickel from original rolls or proof sets are valued higher than normal. Coin certified MS66 or better can fetch $5 to $20 depending on eye appeal, luster, and demand. Proof-like examples from collector sets may bring in slightly more, especially if slabbed by ICCS or PCGS. These are not ultra-valuable on their own, but can increase significantly when combined with a dramatic error. -7. Debunking the $1 million myth. Despite online myths and viral posts, there is no verified 2010 Canadian 5-cent coin worth millions. No coin from this year contains precious metals or was released as a limited edition commemorative. Claims of millionaire-making coins are often exaggerated or fabricated. However, the possibility of undiscovered rare errors is always present. Numismatics is full of surprise discoveries, so collectors should always check. Here is the complete 8-paragraph deep dive script on the 1975 Canadian 5-cent coin, its full specifications, history, collector value, rare errors, and the myths versus reality about whether it could be worth millions. Let's separate truth from hype, while giving you everything you need to know. 1. Introduction. 1975 Canadian 5-cent coin. A vintage piece of Canadian change. The 1975 Canadian 5-cent coin, popularly known as the nickel, is a standard circulation coin with a long-standing design tradition, though it's not a bicentennial or commemorative issue. It has been the subject of growing interest from collectors, especially due to some extremely rare mint errors that can make it surprisingly valuable. However, it's crucial to note that no 1975 nickel has ever sold for millions. But a rare specimen in pristine or flawed condition can indeed fetch hundreds or even thousands in today's collector. 8. Market. -2. Composition and physical specifications. 1975 nickel was produced during a period when the Royal Canadian Mint was still using pure nickel. This means the coin is composed of 99.9% nickel, making it more magnetic and slightly heavier than the modern steel-plated versions. It weighs 4.54 grams, has a diameter of 21.21 millimeters, and features a plain, smooth edge, solid metal composition. Makes it durable and valuable in scrap metal markets, though that value is still minimal compared to potential numismatic value. 3. Design elements. A continuation of tradition, the reverse side of the coin features the iconic beaver on a log, flanked by maple leaves, a design created by G.E. Kruger Gray in 1937. The words 5 cents appear above the beaver. In Canada, 1975 below. On the obverse, the coin displays the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Macon, showing her wearing a tiara. Around the portrait, the inscription reads, Elizabeth II D.G. Regina, by the grace of God. Queen -4, mintage and circulation in 1975. The Royal Canadian Mint produced over 88 million 5-cent coins for circulation. This large mintage makes the standard 1975 nickel very common in circulated condition. However, this was also a year when multiple coin dies were in use, and some inconsistencies in the minting process led to rare error varieties. For collectors, most circulated coins are worth face value, but the value climbs with uncirculated or error specimens. -5. Collector value of normal. In average condition, are typically worth 5 to 25 cents. However, uncirculated or mint state coins, especially those graded MS65 or higher by NGC, ICCs, or PCGS, can fetch between $2 and $25, depending on demand and eye appeal. High-grade full-step nickels were the steps of the Parliament building. On the reverse are clearly defined are even more valuable in the grading market. 6. Rare errors. The true gold mine, the real jackpot, lies in 1975 era coins. Some rare examples include double die obverse reverse, where text or images appear doubled, often bringing in $300, $1,000. Off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, potentially worth $100, $500 depending on degree and condition. Clipped planchette errors, where part of the coin's edge is missing, can sell for $75, $200. Die cracks or cuds. Raised blobs or lines, where the die was damaged, often sell for $50, $250. Rare error coins that combine these flaws or appear in MS grade condition can reach auction values exceeding $1,000. Though these are extremely uncommon. -7. Myths about million-dollar nickels. There are no official records or confirmed examples of a 1975 Canadian 5-cent coin ever selling for $1 million. Viral videos and social media claims suggesting this are typically exaggerated or misleading. However, like with any vintage coin, the possibility exists that a previously unknown and rare era, especially one with a dramatic die flow, could break records. Till then, The high end for this coin remains in the low thousands, -8. Conclusion. Should you hold on to 1975 nickels? Yes, especially if you find one in mint condition or with unusual features. While your 1975 nickel likely won't make you a billionaire, it is a solid collectible and a part of Canadian numismatic history. Look out for doubling, missing details, or off-center strikes. If you believe you have something rare, have it authenticated and graded by ICCS or PCGS. Every great collector's story starts with that one odd coin found in a pocket or jar. And yours might just be the next treasure hiding in plain sight. Would you like help identifying a specific Here's a complete, well-researched 8-paragraph breakdown of the 2008 Canadian 5-cent coin, including its full specifications, minting facts, collector value, rare error varieties, and whether it could actually hold million-dollar potential in today's numismatic market. Introduction. A small coin with big hype. The 2008 Canadian 5-cent coin may seem like just another common nickel, but to sharp-eyed collectors and error hunters, it represents a hidden opportunity. While it was not issued as a bicentennial or commemorative coin, the 2008 nickel still plays an important role in modern Canadian numismatics. On its own, it's usually only worth face value, but in some exceptional cases involving rare mint errors, these coins can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, igniting dreams of fortune. -2. Physical specifications and composition. The standard 2008 5-cent coin was minted using the modern composition introduced in 2000. It is made from nickel-plated steel, with the following breakdown: core 94.5% steel plating, 3.5% copper, and 2% nickel weight, 3.95 grams diameter, 21.2 amage. Plainness. Metal combination makes the coin highly durable and magnetic, perfect for vending machines but not high in intrinsic metal value. -3. Design details and national identity. Like all Canadian nickels since 1937, the reverse of the 2008 coin features the beaver design by G.E. Kruger Gray, a proud symbol of Canada's industrious heritage. The beaver sits atop a log, flanked by maple leaves. The obverse bears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt. First introduced in 2003, this modern portrait shows the Queen without a crown, a decision intended to humanize and modernize the monarch's image on Canadian coinage. For mintage and circulation volume, the Royal Canadian Mint struck approximately 189.7 million of these coins in 2008, making it a very common circulation coin. These were produced for daily use, which means the vast majority of them are worn and valued at only 5 cents. However, coins in uncirculated condition, especially for mint rolls or collector set scan, hold extra value among numismatists. Coins from special sets may display proof-like or brilliant uncirculated finishes. Market value for regular and high-grade coins in circulated condition. The 2008 Canadian nickel typically holds face value. However, coins in mint state MS65 or higher condition, especially if certified by a grading authority like ICCS or PCGS, can fetch 50 cents to $5 depending on demand. In collector sets, a high-grade, uncirculated example might sell for $10, $25. Not life-changing, but still a solid addition to a modern coin collection. -6. Rare error coins. The hidden wealth. The real value of a 2008 Canadian 5-cent coin lies in its minting errors. Though rare, some error coins from this year have surfaced, including double strikes, coins struck twice during the minting process, worth $300, $600 plus off-center strikes. Dramatic examples can go for $200 and $800. 800 die clashes or die caps, errors caused by damaged dies can sell for $500 plus clipped planchettes or coins missing part of the metal blank. It's often worth $100. These types of mint errors are not found in circulation often, but if discovered and authenticated, they can deliver significant value to the collector. -7. The myth of the $1 million nickel. There is no verified case of a 2008 Canadian 5-cent coin being worth $1 million. Online claims and viral stories about becoming a billionaire overnight from a modern nickel are unfounded and exaggerated. However, as with all coinage, discoveries of unlisted varieties or new major errors could, in theory, lead to record-breaking auction prices. But for now, the highest recorded sales of 2008 nickels hover in the low thousands, specifically for extreme error coins in pristine condition. -8. Conclusion. A coin worth watching, not spending, while the 2008 Canadian 5-cent coin is not rare. In itself, collectors should be on the lookout for unusual features, flawless mint state examples, and error coins. It's these details that separate pocket change from profit. Always check coins closely for doubling, alignment issues, or signs of die deterioration. If you suspect you have a rare specimen, get it professionally graded and appraised. Not a guaranteed path to riches. This humble coin could still change your fortune with the right discovery. Would you like a checklist of 2008 nickel errors or assistance identifying a coin from your own collection? I can help you find out. If you've got something truly rare,